Damn, Santa! Back at it again with the White Christmas. Yes, Virginia, there is a second game of HQ. We're giving you a double header. It's a Christmas miracle on your Sunday night, Christmas Eve. Look, we're sorry. We heard you loud and clear on Twitter. There, in the chat, there were some glitches with the app on the earlier game. These things happen because we're still new to this thing. There are so many people who want to play. Like I said the other night, it's like everyone in the mall wanted to jump on Santa and girls. We want to give it to you. We don't want to ruin your Christmas. So we're back with another game here, HQties. Yes, rejoice, joy to the world. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell them to get back on their phone. I know you were probably getting back into the conversation and having a nice, normal, joyous Christmas, but now it's time to look at your phone again and stare at it and ignore your family and friends like you want to do on Christmas, right? Because that's what Christmas is about. Pretending to listen to your relatives while they're actually on your phone. But this is a good excuse to be on your phone. You have a chance to win money here on HQ, the trivia game show on your phone or your iPad, where you answer questions to win cash. And I am your humble host. I do not sit there and engineer the game, so don't tweet at me with your complaints, please. I do hear you, I'm sorry, but I am your host, just your host. Scott Rogowski, the Trap Trebek, the Semitic Sajak, the Meshuggah Martindale, Quiz Khalifa. Casting live. Yes, I am live in the flesh, in color, stereo sound to all 561,000 plus of you now. We have even more people playing in the second game, which is good to see. We want everybody to celebrate Christmas with us. Shout out to Nick Pronto, Craigie Craig, Sarah Mavro, Corey B. Gary, Mary Smith, Jessica Cooper, everyone else playing. I can't shout all of you out. Tim Bradley, we saw you in the chat. A lot of people want to play. A lot of people want to be shouted out. The Seagulls in Larchmont. Who else is in there? Who else do I see there? So I see Brian. I see a Jessica. There's a Brittany. Noah F. Noah F., you're in the chat. A lot of people play tonight. 570,000. If you're joining for the first time, if you couldn't get into the last game, if you got kicked out because I know you know Kendrick Lamar, I know you know what a crepe is, and you hit it and it didn't work for you. Maybe you had some sticky pudding on your hand, but more likely than not, it was the app glitching out. Again, we are sorry. But if you're joining for the first time, if you didn't play earlier, and if you've never played before, and you're like, what's this HQ thing all about? Well, let me tell you what it's about. I'm asking 12 questions, okay, ranging from easy to hard. They start kind of easy, they get a little harder. You have 10 seconds before I start reading the question to tap the correct answer. If you get it right, you move on to the next round. If you get it wrong, or you don't answer in time, you're eliminated. But if you have an extra life, if you refer to your friends and they're playing, your extra life kicks in, and that keeps you in the game. If you answer all 12 questions correctly, and you make it to the end, you're the last man or woman standing, you win or split the prize. Now, about an hour ago, we just gave out $12,000. So, I don't know, what do you say we give out another $12,000 right now, huh? What do you think? Another 12K? Are you serious? Is this crazy? $12,000? If you win, you can donate that to the Human Fund. Money for the people. Do you get that? Do you remember Festivus? Little joke for you Seinfeld fans out there. Hey, happy Festivus for the rest of us. And of course, a Merry Christmas for everyone else. All right, you got the rules. You know who I am. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing here. We're spreading Christmas cheer. We're bringing you more questions to win more money. You want me to shut up. I'm going to do it in a minute. But I want to let's get to 600,000. We got 590. We're so close to 600,000 HQties in the game. That makes us like the 20th most populous city in America. That's crazy. 590. We're so close, folks. We're going to do this thing. We're getting right to it here on your second game, this doubleheader Christmas Eve night. Are you ready? Are you ready, Freddy? Is your head in the game? Are you in it to win it? Your helmet strapped on? Good. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's get this show on the road. Q1. On round 2, Alexander III of Macedon was most well known by which name? Albert, Allison, or Alexander the Great? Alexander III of Macedon. Now, after going into the family business of ruling at the age of 20, this kid went on a tear, creating a massive empire by the age of 30, which makes me a little jealous. He's pretty great. Pretty great. They called him Alexander the Great. That's his nickname. That's probably how you remember him in your history books. And 537,849 players got it right. He was not Albert. He was not Allison. He was Alexander the Great. And 537,849 are feeling great, even late, for Q2. Which game is played with mallets and wickets? Croquet, water polo, or volleyball? Mallets and wickets. Do you know your sports? Sports! This is a 150-year-old game. It makes for a nice and friendly day in the lawn or at the park. It's not croquet. It's not those little fried food cylinders you get at those automats in Amsterdam. No, it's croquet. Croquet all day. That is your answer. Please don't play volleyball with mallets, by the way, if you're wondering. Don't do that. 522,039 got it right. Feeling A-okay about croquet. The rest of you finding yourselves in a sticky wicket there on Q2. That sticky, icky wicket. Q3. How many time zones does the contiguous United States cover? 4, 3, or 6? Read the question carefully. Contiguous United States. That does not include the non-contiguous states of Alaska and Hawaii. It is time for the last rewind. From sea to shining sea, from PST to EST, you've got to include the central time and the mountain time to complete the set. That's 4 time zones in your 48 contiguous states. And who is in a state of mind to win tonight? 352,459 of you are, but oh, my Lanta, we lost nearly 100. We did lose about almost 150,000 of you on that one. Ouchie wowie. But 352,459 are moving on to Q4. The process known as fracking is short for which phrase? Hydraulic fracturing, fault line breaking, or fracture cracking? You ever see Promised Land, that movie, Matt Damon, or Gasland? Yeah, a lot of movies about this documentaries. It's a wonderful, beautiful chemical process, fracking, where rocks are blasted open with pressurized liquid. It's not quite good for the environment. Fracking is also known as hydraulic fracturing, aka hydrofracturing, aka hydrofracking, because it's like a hydraulic process and there's water involved, hydraulic. There's an intentional duality there. 246,177. They're not feeling the pressure, although we did lose another 100,000, almost nearly. Got fracked on that one. Yeah, don't, if you light your faucet on fire, there's like methane coming out. And you can actually light your water on fire if you live near some of these fracking sites. Go see Gasland or Promised Land. 246,177 on to Q5. Which beverage company was the first to use Santa Claus in its national marketing? Coca-Cola, White Rock Beverages, or RC Cola? Which Bevco first used Old Santa Claus? Ho, ho, ho. Well, Coca-Cola may have become synonymous with Santa Claus wearing red, pitching Coke, but he wasn't the first. That wasn't the first company to use him as a corporate shill. In 1915, White Rock Beverages signed Jolly St. Nick to an endorsement deal for mineral water back in 1915, and then ginger ale a little later on. And how about that savage question here at Q5? Oh boy, Alberto! 23,879 got it right, but we lost over 215,000 who literally can't even with that question. You are not going down the chimney tonight, I'm afraid to say. 23,879, however, are moving on. The new White Rock Beverages, the first to use Santa Claus. Wow, little trickery there. Savagery at Q5. Come back tomorrow if you're out. Look, this was a bonus game anyway, all right? So Yeah, Q6. Which one of these movies is not about dinosaurs? Theodore Rex, The Valley of Gwangi, or Tyrannosaur? Not about dinosaurs. So 2 of them are, and 1 is not. Have you seen these movies? Whereas Theodore Rex is about an alternative future reality where anthropomorphic dinosaurs and humans coexist, and Whoopi Goldberg is teamed up with one to solve crimes. The Valley of Gwangi is a Western fantasy about cowboys versus dinosaurs. Actually, Ray Harryhausen's last animated feature. Those are about dinosaurs. Tyrannosaur is a 2011 dark drama about surviving abuse, not about dinosaurs. And another savage question back to back jacks here on Q6 3212. Remember that British film from 2011? But we lost 16,000 plus of you. Oh, bazinga! 3,212. They're roaring. Moving along, the rest of you, that was a mass extinction event right there at Q6. But 3,212. Moving on to Q7 tonight. Wow. Which of these words is a portmanteau? Sunflower, procrastinate, or vitamin? A portmanteau. How manteau do you go? Do you know what a portmanteau is? That's a French word for what are essentially 2 words smashing together, mashing up to form one new word that didn't exist before. Yeah, sunflower, procrastinate, not portmanteaus, but if you combine vita, meaning life, and amine from chemistry, vita, amine becomes vitamin. You mash those 2 up, and you got a portmanteau. And how about this? Another bit of savagery here? 887 left after that one. They're getting their vitamins, but we lost over 2,000 of you again. The minority rules here, 887. That's a triple savagery. Never seen that before here in HQ. Making quiztery tonight. Oh, get your vitamins, folks. Q8 for the 887 left. Which of these is not a real component of a mechanical wristwatch, hacking feature, wheel train, or energy spring? I sincerely hope the game is working for you this second round. I hope when you tap and answer, you're getting it right, that you're not losing your extra lives. Crossing our fingers here, hoping it works. Q8. Now, the most reliable watches are going to be made from quartz, but the most expensive are likely mechanical. Marvel at the craftsmanship, that Swiss craftsmanship usually. In a watch, a mechanical watch, you'll find a hacking feature, you will find a wheel train, but you will not find an energy spring. We made that up. 285 got it right. They're back on the train. No wheel train, but there is no energy spring. That's what I meant to say. There's no energy spring. 285 knew it. They knew it. They didn't blow it. They're on to Q9. They're keeping time tonight. Which town used to be the most densely packed in the world, but is now empty? Pompeii, Hiroshima, or Hashima? Just 285 HQDs left on your Christmas Eve. It's getting late on the East Coast. It's super late in Europe. I don't know if anybody's playing in Europe right now. Shout it out in the chat. If you're overseas, if you're in Australia, it's like 1 in the afternoon on Christmas Day. But Q9 here, this is a 16-acre island off Nagasaki, Japan. Once the most crowded place in the world with a peak of 5,259 residents, crammed into 16 acres in 1959. When the coal mines closed, the people left, and now it's a creepily abandoned tourist site. The name of the game is Hashima. That is the name of the island, aka Battleship Island, and 80. Down to just 80. We chip-chopped away there. 80 players left for Q10. I don't believe what I just saw. Down to 80 players. Q10, which of these creatures is not a fish? Oyster, toadfish, spot-check stargazer, or ring-tailed horntooth? Not a fish. You know, fish. Not a fish. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, which fish? Oh, we give some ridiculous names to our aquatic friends. Spot check stargazer? Oyster toadfish? Who comes up with this stuff? Those are real fish. I guess marine biologists come up with them. It's not the craziest question in the world. Those are real fish, but a ring-tailed horntooth might exist on the island of Dr. Moreau, but either way, it's fictional. We made that one up as well. and Hey 19. Down to just 19. Another bit of savagery here at Q10. 19 players left. Following Q10, we're on to Q11, the penultimate question of the night. Which of these countries initially joined the Kyoto Protocol but has not agreed to proceed to the second stage? Canada, Mexico, or Argentina? Oh, Kyoto. Not part of the Kyoto Protocol any longer. The Kyoto Protocol International Treaty signed in 1997 to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. There are currently 192 parties signed onto it, except the United States. Yeah, no, we never ratified the protocol, and this country withdrew effective 2012. Which one was it? Would you believe it? Our friends up north? Oh, Canada! Canada don't! And 10 HQTs got it right. 10 of you knew it. And even 10? That means we have 10 players entering the final stage here, the boss level of HQ, Q12. It all boils down to this 10 players playing for $12,000. We could be giving out some real money here. People could be getting a nice Christmas bonus on our bonus game. Who's gonna make that money move? This is for all the ornaments. Q12. Which of these ingredients is not found in Red Bull Simply Cola, corn mint, grapefruit peel, or galangal? And remember, this hasn't been used very often, but if nobody wins, if all 10 players get this wrong, that means this $12,000 prize rolls over to tomorrow's 3 p.m. game. That's right. If nobody gets this right, that jackpot rolls over. That very well could happen. We've seen it before. We have 10 players left here, facing off, over 200,000 watching, waiting, anticipating what's gonna happen. Now, Red Bull Simply Cola is a caffeinated beverage, of course, Red Bull, flavored with many plant extracts. Let's go down the list of ingredients, shall we? It includes vanilla, mustard seed, lime, cola nut. You put the lime in the cola nut. Cocoa, licorice, cinnamon, lemon, ginger, coca leaf, orange, pine, cardamom, mace, clove, corn mint, and galangal, but no grapefruit peel. And we have 2 winners, baby! Splitting the money tonight! Holy moly! Do you believe in Christmas miracles? Yes! 2 HQTs taking home $6,000 each. We just made some minds explode tonight. Jamie Lovely and Casey Donahue in particular. Yeah, a little 12-minute investment just netted you $6K, 6 bills on your Christmas Eve. How about that, folks? Go crazy. Go crazy. What a night. Thank you again for sticking with us. We want to make things right. We want to do right by you. You've stuck with us. We're sticking with you. Again, apologies for the problems and the glitches. We're going to get through it, guys. A new year's coming up. We're building up bigger and better. You're going to be part of it. Thank you for joining us for this surprise edition of HQ. We are back tomorrow at 3 p.m. That's right, at 9 p.m. 2 games tomorrow. Fully scheduled, fully wrapped, fully cooked in the oven, baked at 325 degrees for about 2.5 hours. We got those games piping hot and fresh for you tomorrow. Until then, I think it's time for me to finally sign off, go to sleep. I hope you have a very wonderful Christmas Eve night. This is Scott Rogowski saying if this is their idea of Christmas, I gotta be here for New Year's. Merry Christmas, everyone. Bye.